All right, we are live. We get right into it. I got my mic right here so you know. And if you're watching on the replay, I'll try to do the best that I can to get to your questions and comments. And that's why I got my questions and comments right here that we're going to get into. So, I got a question from an individual who asked that, oh, well, he says, I'm enjoying what you're doing, enjoy your humor. Tell your cameraman, I said, keep doing a good job. All right. Now he asks, he wants to know if he can purchase a home during his Chapter 13 with the VA loan. Credit score is at the 600, is trying to get to 700. Now, the great thing, FDCPA to the rescue, exactly. Don't fire the cameraman. Ain't nobody firing Jerome. Jerome's cool. Jerome's doing fantastic work, all right? I appreciate you all for being here. 38, 42 people. We got thumbs up already. Hola, Carlos. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming after your holiday, Memorial Day. We're talking about if you can get a VA loan, get a home during bankruptcy. Hey, what's up, Sophia, Melinda, Angie? Good to see you. What's up, cameraman? Jerome says hi. The cameraman says hi as well. So the question was, can you get a home loan during your Chapter 13 bankruptcy? Can you get a VA loan? The answer is yes. And the reason we're talking about VA, we're talking about SCRA. SCRA is something special for you today because we just came out of Memorial Day. And for anyone who was a service member out there, you're watching on the replay, or you're a service member now watching on the live stream, we really appreciate your service. We love what you do. I love my country. I was also a service member. I was in the Army Reserve for 8 years. So I'm very, very soldiers and sailors and airmen, they're all very dear to my heart, all the service members. Helps us keep doing what you're doing. So when you're asking about the VA loan, there's some great benefits to the VA loan. Can you get it during your Chapter 13 bankruptcy? The answer is yes. However, it has to be at least 12 months. So for 1 year, you've got to have gone through that Chapter 13 bankruptcy, making your on-time payment history, and then you can go ahead and get that pre-approval and get your VA loan and get you your home. Now, that VA loan is fantastic. A lot of times you get zero down. You don't have to pay nothing down. And they usually don't have the mortgage insurance, maybe just a small fee for the VA that gets added into the interest rate and that kind of stuff. But the VA loan is fantastic. Now, the SCRA, which we're talking about here, the SCRA is a service member. Okay. So this is for service members Civil Relief Act. Okay. So this is a special act just for service members, reservists, that kind of. I was in the Army Reserve for 10 years, honorably discharged. Carlos, thank you very much for your service, brother. Appreciate you. Me too as well. 8 years honorably discharged. It was, man, you know what? It went by so fast. Enlisted when I was so young. I know I look really young, but I was even younger. All right. So let me put my sites up here so you guys have them on the replay. The chat will be here. All right. If you have some questions, you put in the chat. But we're talking about the Service Member Civil Relief Act. All right. So all our service members, they were given doing their duty. All right. And they get some preventions for when they go to active duty status, when they go from civilian to active, when they go from civilian to reservists. All right. And this prevents landlords from evicting them from their home, stops foreclosure without a court order. Your vehicle cannot be repossessed. All right. Navy vet. All right. Good to see you. Baby J, Navy vet. Fantastic. Good to see you. Appreciate your service. Your vehicle can't be repossessed without a court order if you made a deposit or at least one payment before you join the service. You can't be taken to court for civil proceedings. This including divorce and child support hearings. Okay. This is for service members. Keeps the owner of a self-storage facility from selling your belongings for overdue rent without a court order. Sandra says, got results back from TransUnion after first round, 12 out of 12 negative items deleted. Congratulations, Sandra. That's what I like to hear. This is fantastic. And if you're watching on the replay, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so you get this when we go live, so you get this awesome stuff. It's fantastic. Now, if you are going into the service, you're thinking about going to the service, hey, maybe you are, okay? Maybe you want to answer the call of duty, all right? Many of us have gone through service, all right? Maybe you're young or something, or you're starting a new career, new path, or whatever. You want to go into service. You have Service Member Civil Relief Act that can keep interest rates. So let's say you got a car, okay? You got some credit cards, and you're going into the service, and you're like, man, credit card debt, 15%, my car loan's 10%. Well, the Service Members Civil Relief Act says that your interest rates have to be capped at 6%. 6%. Can't be higher than that. It can be 7%, 15%, 20%, 6%. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Also, if you get tour of duty, right? Let's say you're a reservist, you sign for a new lease, you got to go overseas, you can terminate that contract, you can terminate that lease. If you're active duty, you can get mobilized, all right? You get mobilized for more than 90 days, you can terminate leases, you can terminate contracts, you can terminate this stuff without being considered an eviction, all right? This is for military service members who are answering the call of duty, all right? Alan Johnson, what's up from NYC, Brandon? Hey, how you doing, Alan? Appreciate you. Leroy, hi, how are you doing? Sandra, hey, good to see you. Sandra, thank you. You're welcome, Sandra. All right. Just letting out. Round 2 method of verification letter. All right, Alan, good to see you sending your method of verification letter out. See, method of verification, if you're watching the replay, if you're not familiar, the round 2 letter is set up precisely to ask them their method of verification. So if they come back and say, oh, well, we verified this, we've been checking this into it, we're doing this stuff, da 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 da, which they're not, they're using eOscar and doing it and trapping you up electronically, okay? You've got the round 2. Well, tell me how you verified it. I want to know your method of verification. They never come back and say it was on an automated process through eOscar, which would be the truth, which would not be a violation, right? They would have to say that, and then they get violated for not doing it properly, right? But they double dip and they got these 2 violations. They're not telling you how it's happening properly, 100%, and then they're not verifying 100%. This is why they get trapped up and screwed up all the time. And this is why you can get things deleted all the time. And this is why people get, yep, let's get to it, dismissed bankruptcies deleted all the time. And why you can get dismissed bankruptcies deleted and why people are having difficulties with them. People have these bankruptcies, they get them dismissed, they decide not to go through it or whatever. It stays on the credit report. It's inaccurate, it's unverified, and it's not supposed to be there. I'm about to get into a letter here real quick on why it needs to be removed and how you can have it removed, okay? Tanisha, if you get your bankruptcy removed, do you still have to wait the 1 year before applying for loans? No. So this is specific for the VA loan and specific for a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So if you're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, they're active, they're repayment programs for the most part. A Chapter 7 is a full discharge. And the reason some people can't get the Chapter 7 is either they make too much or they're trying to hold on to certain items like a car or a home and they can't hold on to it in a Chapter 7. Sometimes they're not allowed to. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're not allowed. And they'll get put into a 13. So they have to wait 1 year to get a VA home loan. All right. It's 2 years for a Chapter 7. So in a Chapter 7, you have to wait 2 years for a VA home loan. All right. That one's a little different. We're just talking to some of the service members today. It's after Memorial Day. We want to make sure that our service members are taken care of and we appreciate them. And we appreciate you out there. So BK, okay? Dismissed. A lot of individuals have gone through this process. Either they didn't qualify for the BK, they pull out at the last minute. The court doesn't. The Treasury says that. The Treasury. The individual they go in front of doesn't. The trustee, not Treasury. The trustee, much like the judge, but they're a trustee, says they don't qualify. They don't want it. So this is how you can get the dismissed bankruptcies. Okay. So we have this letter. Dismissed bankruptcy. You can put, I am outraged that this continues to maintain this dismissed bankruptcy as confirmed on my credit report. I know for a fact your company, TransUnion Equifax Experian, receives information on bankruptcy from third-party systems known as PACER system. The PACER system is inaccurate and incomplete since the PACER system does not provide complete Social Security numbers. They do not provide complete Social Security numbers. They do not provide complete Social Security numbers. They do not provide the information necessary to 100% verify through the Fair Credit Reporting Act a bankruptcy, all right? It's very clear. It's very clear. So even though it is your company's policy to keep bankruptcies on file, dismiss or whatever for 10 years, the Fair Credit Reporting Act mentions nothing under Section 1681, okay? Section 1681 is big, and we get more specific as we go along. We've got Section 611, 609. We've got all sorts of different subsections. It's all planned out for you at 609creditrepair.com. So you can get those there, all right? Is PACER just for bankruptcy? That's great. That's a great question, all right? I'm going to get to that in just a sec. So Section 1681 says there's nothing relating to bankruptcy about dismissal, all right? It's only fair in this accordance with this section 1618 under the Fair Credit Reporting Act that you delete this from my credit report and send me an updated copy so you can have this deleted, this dismissed bankruptcy removed. PACER is for open to the public. Its PACER system is for your public records. Okay, it's another way that people try to verify your public records. It's another way for the credit bureaus to try to verify your public records. The problem with that is it's inaccurate. It's not 100% verifiable through that system. Social securities are incomplete. I just had somebody who said they got something back from a collector, quote unquote, verified. And I do that because the social security wasn't her social security number. You're going to see this video come out about this. Her social security was someone else's social security number. That's not verified. That's not 100% verified. That's not even close to verified. That's somebody else. That's a mistaken identity. That's not me. That's how you dispute that, you know? So yeah, let's get to it. Can you use the same letter to dispute bankruptcy? Yes, you can. Or PACER. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can look into your PACER system and you can see, okay, great. This is unverified, wrong social, not mine, not my social, right? Or not complete social, incomplete information. Please delete it immediately. This is defaming my character. You don't know who that is. You don't know that's me. Where do you get this information from? You can go right to the courthouse. They'll tell you straight out that they won't give full socials. This is why the public records keep getting cleaned off. That's why the tax lien's getting removed. That's why these other public records are being removed. That's why the bankruptcy is like the last one to say, and that's going to fall off soon too. So this stuff needs to come off. All right. Nice. Great question. So how could they potentially keep verifying your bankruptcy? Great question. How could they do that? They can't. You've got your PACER, you've got your LexisNexis, your SageStream Frozen. Where they could be going is PACER, okay? This PACER system, you want to knock that out. Let me put this in this for you if you're having difficulty with this, okay? I'll put this in there for you. Get the PACER system. And what you can do with PACER, okay, you can find if there's any inaccuracies, pacer.gov, any inaccuracies, liabilities. So they'll say things like, oh, well, you owe this much. Nope, that's not true. Oh, well, this was your social. Nope, that's not true. Oh, this is how much was discharged. No, that's not true. The discharge was off. The how much I'm still supposed to owe is off. Because if you're in a 13, if you're in a chapter 13, that changes all the time and that has to be updated. If you're in a chapter 7, they've got to get that right the first time through. Okay, they've got to have all their ducks in a row, and they have to have it attached to your social and your address. So you need to update your addresses. Okay, don't let them play no games and try and attach it to something from 5 addresses ago. All right, so those are some of the things you can do. You can also email. Let me put my email. All right. It's a blessing finding you and being able to continue following you. God bless you in business. Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you as well. Yes. Oh, wow. My bankruptcy finally fell off yesterday. Congratulations. Your bankruptcy is gone. I appreciate you. Anthony. All right. Equifax doesn't want to delete your items due to identity theft. You are the victim of ID theft? Because if you're the victim of ID theft, that is what they call the old sweep. All right. I don't want to talk about that too much because it's very specific for ID theft. Okay. You are the victim of ID theft. You need to get the FTC affidavit. I'm going to bring this up for you right now. I'm going to send it to you so you have it, because I don't want you to go another day with someone else's nonsense on there. And these are the worst. The ID theft people are the worst. So this is the ID theft.gov. You pull up that affidavit. Now, what you need is a police report with it. Now it'll say you can send it in without a police report. It'll allow you to do so, but it's better to have a police report because anything fraudulent must come off your reports immediately. There's no nonsense. If they don't, that's a quick violation. Take them to small claims. You're done. They're done, and that's big money. That's big money. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. You have a police report. Fantastic. You need the affidavit and you need it notarized. That's a sweep. That you need to knock that out because this is ID theft. That's not your issue. That's someone else's issue, right? And if they don't knock it out in 30 days, you take them right to court. And you say, look, this is ID theft. I don't have time for this. I don't have I did everything I was supposed to do. I went right to the FTC affidavit, got it notarized, have the police report, sent it in. You could even call them and let them know, hey, I sent in my police report. You need to take off all these